and Sutra number 8 was told by Rita that so far that's what I explained here to 2.7. Yeah. Right. Who did the last one? We did Sandeep?
Yeah, I didn't say.
You taught up to.
No.
Oh, you are not the culprit. So today is my turn. Right. 2.8. Upayogo Lakshana. We talk about Jeev and Ajeev, soul and matter. Actually, Mahir Swami once said, and Jainism has always said this thing, that all you have to know is just two things, Jeev and Ajeev. If you know these two things, you will know everything gradually. But then the question is, why should we know about Jeev? Why should we know about Ajeev? Why? Can anyone tell me why should we know about Jeev? Why? What's the use of it? Yeah.
Knowing about yourself.
Sorry?
That's knowing about yourself.
Knowing about yourself, ourselves, yeah. And also knowing about the life around us, yeah. Because we can practice ahimsa fully if we know about all different types of living beings, isn't it? That was the idea behind it, that we know about our own soul, but at the same time we should know about what is around us. So all different types of beings, not just human beings, devas, humans, Tyrians, that is animal beings, and hellish beings. So if we know about their happiness and unhappiness, about their misery and everything, then we can practice ahimsa fully. That is the idea. So we must know Jiva, because Jiva is everywhere. Life is everywhere. And we all know that it's in the water, it's in the fire, it's in by wind and everywhere. That's why the first thing we know is about Jiva. Then second thing we know is about Ajiva, matter. Because in order to learn about matter, we know gradually about the karma philosophy. Because karma itself is a vargana, matter. So the characteristic of Jiva, of course we know different types of Jivas, 1 sense, 2 sense, 3 sense, and all that comes in chapter 8, chapter 2. But what is the main characteristics of a Jiva? This is beautiful little sentence. Upyogo Lakshana. This is Uma Swati's style. Very small phrase, very small sentence. And he says a lot of things in a concise manner, in very short sentences. As I said once, Patanjali has written his book Yoga Shastra, which is a fundamental book, unique book of this Yoga Shastra, yoga philosophy. He has written, of course, well before this, he has written in the same style. So, Upayoga Lakshana, that's all. What is the characteristic of Jiva? Characteristic is Upyoga. But then question is, what is Upyoga? In Gujarati language, we say that Mare aano upyog nathi. So શું કહીએ? I have no use for this. Upyog એટલે use. But અહીંયા this is much more than upyog is use. No, it's much more than. Upyog is sentience. We are sentients. We are sentient beings. Sentience છે, એમાં awareness જે આપણી છે, that is called upyoga. Again, slightly difficult to explain this word. But we all have this upyoga. We can distinguish. We know. We find out. We react. everything is upyog. So upyog is the lakshan is the characteristics. So our own characteristic or our soul's characteristic is upyog. So here it says what is upayoga. It's not the usual word meaning use. This is something all souls have. This can be said as automatic use of sentiency and awareness. It's automatic use. It just happens. These reactions happen. Or operative consciousness. There is another word for upyog. So you cannot translate this word upyog in one simple another English word. We can say it's operative consciousness, or we can say automatic use of sentiency. And this is the important characteristic of all souls. This upyog is of two kinds: Gyan upyog and darshan upyog. Gyan upyog means we use the knowledge of soul or soul's knowledge, and we use the darshan. So two kinds of upyog. Now, whichever Jain book you read, wherever, whatever you read, you will always see something is, when they talk about something, there's a division. Then there is subdivisions. Then subdivisions. Jainism is full of all these things. So whenever you talk about something, it's of two kinds. And each kind has got again 4 kinds, 5 kinds, 6. And each one has got again in turn so many things. That's what you've seen in everywhere. It shows how much details we go into. Yeah, that's what it is here. So two types of sentience are there: possessing knowledge, possessing darshan. The two types of upyog is there. Now, as I said, knowledge has got 8 varieties. So it doesn't stop just knowledge and darshan. Knowledge has got 8 varieties: mati gyan, shruta gyan, avadhi gyan, manaparya gyan, and keval gyan. These are the 5 main knowledge, right? Mati gyan means sensory knowledge, shruta gyan means scriptural knowledge of whatever we hear, learn, everything. Avadhi gyan is knowledge of seeing the limitations, which arises automatic. Manaparya gyan is sort of a mind reading gyan, and keval gyan is a final, ultimate wisdom and knowledge. So we have these things, but all living soul may have the opposite of these things as well. Mati Gnan's opposite is what? Called Mati Agnan, false knowledge. Shruta Gnan's opposite is Shruta Agnan. Gnan's opposite is Agnan, right? And Avadhi Gyan's knowledge opposite is Avadhi Agyan, Agnan. But there is no opposite of Manaparya Gnan and Keval Gnan, because that is always pure. Manaparya Gnan, mind reading Gnan, is just one type. It can't be of 2 types. Either I can read your mind or I cannot read your mind. I cannot read your mind in wrongfully or in a wrong manner. Then that means I don't know. There is no Manaparya Gnan. Similarly, Keval Gnan is the final, ultimate wisdom. There is no opposition of that one. That is the final. That is it. That is the pure Gnan. So there are 8 types of knowledge of this soul, this upyog, sentiency. 8 types. 5 main Gnan, that is pure, and the first 3, it could be impure. So 8 types. And the darshan has 4 varieties. Chakshu darshan, that is darshan with the what we see, perceive. With a chakshu. Chakshu means what? Eyes. Achakshu darshan, without eyes. Avadhi darshan, like Avadhi Gyan, Avadhi darshan. It has got its own limit, but it is something magical. It is an attainment, Avadhi Gyan is. Because people can see what is just not here. Suppose what is going on there, what is going on there, what is going on in other places. That is Avadhi Gyan. And Keval darshan, that is the final. Keval darshan, Keval Gyan goes hand in hand, these things. So darshan has got 4 varieties. So these are all 8 plus 4 12 upyogas of soul. These are the characteristics of our soul.
Vinodbhai, why is there no Manapariya darshan?
Manapariya darshan, where is it? Well, this only 4 our acharyas have given it, that chakshu darshan, what we see, what we perceive it, what we cannot perceive it, what we see of the far distant lands, and the final Keval Jnana. Manopariya Jnana is related to mind only. Mind in itself. It's not, doesn't come into that. Yeah. Right. Upyogma, there is something, sorry.
Avdigagna, how would you perceive that?
Avdigna?
Avdigagna.
Avdi Agyan. Right. Avdignan means whatever you see in a distant place is Avdignan, right? But sometimes it could be either diluted or it could be false. That means there is something wrong, you cannot see properly, or you see it wrongly. That is Avadi Agyan.
Would it mean that what you see is what it is? Is that what it means? Like if you see a figure of, say, a fruit, but it is not a fruit there actually, is that what it would be?
Yes, I think you can interpret it that way as well. Yeah. What you see may not be right. That's what you mean, isn't it? Yeah, what you see may not be right. And it is sometimes said in legal terms as well, you know, when someone presents himself as a witness, then the judge would say that it may not be right, even say that you have seen it. Yeah. So, upyog now, operative consciousness. That's a little bit more about upyog here. Upyog generally means to put to use. The principal characteristic of jiva is consciousness or chetana. The resultant of this consciousness or the result of this consciousness is called the operative or attentive consciousness or upyoga. And this interpretation in English, Hindi, in Gujarati, you know, slightly differs from book to book. But what I have arrived at by reading Gujarati books and English books is this one. That is the definition of upyoga. The tool for experiencing the soul's pure nature by which happiness is attained is also called upyoga. So upyoga can be defined in these 2 manners, which I have given here. The tool for experiencing the soul's pure nature by which happiness is attained is also called upyoga. And that we have just seen types of upyoga. Upyoga can also be explained as an inclination which arises from consciousness. the inclination is either towards darshan, perception, or towards jnana, knowledge. Upyog is the ability to know samanya, that is general nature of things. It's called darshan upyog. There are two types of upyog, as I said, darshan upyog, jnana upyog. So the ability to know samanya or general in generality, that is called darshan upyog, and vishesh, a specific or particular thing when you know, that is called jnana upyog. These both upyog are present in all the jiva from ekendriya to samani panchendriya, five sense-based mind. So we all have this upyog, we all have this consciousness, we all have this operative consciousness or this chetana. And it is in very proportion, but never absent. Absent now. That we have seen just a minute ago, 8 types of jnana, that is 5 pure and 3 impure, and then 3 types of false knowledge, which also I mentioned it, mati jnana, false sensory or wrong empirical knowledge. When mati jnana is accompanied with false faith, it is called mati ajnana. Similarly, sutta ajnana and avadhi ajnana. So I can give you one little story about jnana, knowledge. This little story in Upanishad, Hindu scriptures. It's very interesting and I quite like it. Very, very simple thing, illustration. Devas, that is semi-gods, Manushya, that is human beings, and Asura, they are the cruel other people, you know. They went to Brahma, all these 3, and asked Brahma, the creator God. First Deva said, "Oh Lord, could you advise us something, what we should do in our lives, or what we should practice, everything?" So Brahma said, "Yes." What he said? That was his answer. So all the Devas went back to their abodes happily. And then human beings went there and said, "Please, oh Lord, could you explain us what we should do in our lives? Could you advise us? Could you guide us?" So Brahma said, So they were quite happy, went away. So Asuras, those like Rakshasa or cruel people like, you know, they went to Brahma and said, "Lord, could you teach us something?" And Brahma said, "Yes." So the answer was same. And they were all happy because they learned whatever they wanted to learn. And what was the meaning of this For gods live, the semi-gods we know, they in the Swarga and everything. They lead very luxurious life. There is all material happiness is there. These gods are not Tirthankaras we are talking about here. So for them, Dhamma is Daman. Do penance, control your sense, everything. That was the answer, Daman. And so God knew that, oh, this is what we should do. For human beings, the means dan. Give in charities, do charitable activities, everything. So answer was just but the meaning is do charitable activities, do something good to other human beings. And the third category is asuras. For them, the meant daya. You are cruel people. You should practice daya, compassion. You should practice ahimsa, non-violence. So what we learn in our life, sometimes when you read Tattvartha Sutra or even Bhagavad Gita or any book, you learn it today, you will have your answer. બરાબર પછી લર્ન કરો after 6 months. Same thing. You will interpret it in your own way again, in different way. કારણ કે આપણા ક્વેશ્ચન્સ જુદા જુદા હોય, આપણા પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ જુદા જુદા હોય, આપણી ડિફિકલ્ટીઝ જુદી જુદી હોય. So the answer will be in the same thing. But how you interpret, how you know, how you relate to your problem. That is why it is said that when Mahavir Swami and Tirthankar Bhagwan, they were giving Upadesha in Samovasara, Devas came to listen to these things. Humans came, animals came, everyone came, all different categories. And they understood in their own language. That is what is written in our books, isn't it? Samvasarana, application, description. How it can happen? Mahavir Swami भी all different language बोलता था. At the same time, no, he wasn't. But what these animals, Deva and human beings, they were kind of thinking in their own way what is right for us and what is wrong for us. And from the same sentence or from the same lecture, they can derive what they have to do and they will find an answer. So here, in Upyoga, we have got this thing, this Mati Adyan, Mati Gnan, everything, We have to distinguish what is right and what is wrong, what is good for us, what is bad for us, who is a good guru, who is a bad guru, if there is such thing as bad guru. Right. So these three gnana, or three knowledge, Mati Gnan, Sutta Gnan and Avadhi Gnan, that can be attained in all 4 gati. We go through this 4 gati, isn't it? Human beings, Deva, Manushya, all this. But Manoparya Gnan and Keval Gnan can be attained only in Manushya Bhava. That is, only humans can achieve that in life of human being. And Keval Gnan is eternal, means Kevali soul never loses this Gnan. Once you attain Keval Gnan, that is final. There is nothing to lose. Even you are going to attain moksha, that is the final stage. But other 4 Gnan can be lost. You can lose. You have Mati Gnan, but you can lose it. You have Sutta Gnan, but that can go away. Avadhi Gnan can go away. Manoparya Gnan can go away. Only thing which remains is if you get Keval Gnan, that will remain forever. Darshan Upyoga already mentioned. Chakshu darshan is the vision, perception, attentive consciousness to perceive through eyes. That is Chakshu darshan. Achakshu darshan is non-vision perception. Avadhi darshan is clairvoyance perception. And the Keval darshan is omniscience perception. These are the 4 types of darshan or perception which jivas might attain. Keval darshan, of course, is very difficult. Avadhi darshan is also difficult here.
Just going back, Mati Gnanma, when you get knowledge from your senses, your eyes, so I perceive the board there, I've got some knowledge. Ama Chakshu Darshan Ma, what perception do I get with my eyes? Give me an example also.
What you can, I think it will come in.
Oh,
this, this is something little bit more, slightly more deeper about the knowledge and other things. Knowledge and false knowledge cannot exist at the same time, right? All living beings have definitely three types of upyoga. Either first two types of knowledge or false knowledge along with chakshudarshan. At present, the first two types of knowledge and the first two types of perception are possible. The rest are not. You want to go into this detail or just shall I skip this thing? All the thoughts are formless. One cannot see them. Hence, there is only manopariyajna and not darshan. See that you ask the question and the answer is there, isn't it? Because manopariyajna is not something which we have to see. In the Bhagavati or Pandavana Sutra, it is found that while transmigrating, Jiva carries knowledge like Matignan, Sutagnan, Avadhignan. Similarly, three Agyan and Achakshu and Avadhi Darshan are carried from one birth to another. However, not all Jiva carry 8 upyoga depending on the gati of birth, death. The numbers of upyoga in individuals Jiva vary. The value 8 is aggregate upyoga found in all the Jiva combined at all points of time. Thus, depending on Kshama, while transmigrating, it is possible for the Jiva to know about Tirthankara, come from Devrupa, etc. with Avadhi Jnana and Avadhi Darshan, so they know the next birth. I think I will, of course, will put it on a video and things that so you can think more about it. So, I don't know which number is that. Jivas are different types of jiva. Mundane jiva and liberated. Sansari and mukta. Two types. Again, wherever you see there will be different types. Two types of jivas. Sansari and mukta. Mukta means those which are liberated, those they have gone to moksha. Or different way of seeing this jiva is either they have mind or no mind. And there is a third way we can classify in a different manner. Either they are mobile or immobile. So in three different ways we can divide them, divide into two. Sansari and mukta, that is mundane and liberated. They have either mind or no mind. And the last one is they are either mobile or immobile. Which are the immobile jivas? Which ones? Sthavara. કોણ છે? બધાને ખબર છે કે નહીં? Trees, plants, બીજું. Most of the ekendriya jivas, those with one sense, isn't it? But here, Tattvartha Sutra is slightly different. In some of the versions of Tattvartha Sutra, the next axiom, the next phrase has been written in different manner. And that comes next now. What about immobile? Sthavar jiva. Immobile. Which ones are immobile? What we have learned most of the time, immobile ones are called earth bodies, water bodies, fire bodies, wind bodies, and all the plants. These are immobile ones. Isn't it? That's what we have learned most of the time. But Tattvartha Sutra is slightly different. Tattvartha Sutra has divided mobile and immobile. But in immobile, it says earth bodies, that is Prithvikai, water bodies, Apkai, and the plants and trees. But these two, fire body and wind body, Agnikai and Vayukai. Tattvartha Sutra says that these are, although a lot of people say it's immobile, they are mobile. Now that is strange, isn't it, in Tattva Sutra? This is strange, because the Tattva Sutra, you probably reading about Tattva Sutra, isn't it? You are also doing Tattyas here. So that is what is given in this. But some other Tattva Sutra, some other versions give different. This is different there. Which one? Water body, no, that is a sthava. What is in the water moves, but water itself is considered jiva, and that doesn't move. And now, when we say what is movement, the definition of movement here has been given in Tattva Sutra, not in any proper sentence, but in the commentary of Tattva Sutra. That means, say if you are tortured, or if your life is in danger, or if there are some difficulties, then you will automatically move. This is the characteristics of all mobile beings. That is the definition. Tree, you go near the tree with the axe, the tree won't move. But little ant or little spider or something, it realizes that there is a danger here and it will try to run away. So that is a thrust or mobile. So immobiles are Prithvikai, that is earth body, Apkai, water body, and plants. And let's forget what is in the middle for a minute. And mobile, we ourselves, then a Devgati, Tiriyaj Gati, that is all animals or birds, all these mobiles. So now these two in the middle, fire bodied and wind bodies. Tattva Sutra says, although people say that they are immobile, in certain ways these are mobile, because they bring themselves certain karmas, and these karmas, what they call thrust nam karma, that is the karma there, and that is why fire body and wind body are mobile. It says why fire body and wind bodies are called mobile, yet immobile. Answer, by their karma. They are immobile, but they move about in certain circumstances. Therefore, here they are called mobile beings. Maybe we are going to deep inside, and you might say that what difference it makes to me, isn't it? Yeah? What is there in it for me? I mean, I can go on living my life. I can be mobile or mobile as long as I know the dove. What is it? Dan, Daya, and Daman. All three are there in Jain Dharma. By the way, isn't it? Daman is there. What we do, all Upvas and Ekashna and Tapasya and everything. That is Daman. Then Dan is there because we do a lot of charitable activities. And Daya is in Jain Dharma again. All three Da is there. And that is compassion. But this is just to know.
Wind body beings, what are they? They're invisible beings we can't see.
Invisible, that again the definition is slightly vague. Wind body means wind itself is the body. That is wind body. Right? And also the things which survive in wind, but we cannot see it. Yeah. These are also wind body. Jiva.
Fire body means fire itself is considered like a body.
Fire is a body, yeah.
And
That's right. And there are certain bacteria or whatever living beings, they live and they survive in fire also.
But this is not something modern science knows about, is that right? Or is it, am I wrong?
Modern science, I actually read in Guardian once, quite a time ago, that there are certain bacteria which can live in fire only.
Yeah, in the volcanoes they do.
Yeah, they survive there, they live in fire, yeah.
No, but Vinodbhai, if we say that the fire itself
Is
the body.
again like a body, yes, like
So when we extinguish a fire, are we doing hinsa?
Even lighting a fire.
Lighting a fire itself is himsa, because then again the surrounding will be
Yeah.
damaged or destroyed. Right. Now,
So into Devo,
sorry,
into Devo,
Devo, yeah.
right,
I mean, in Jain Dharma, we say that we should refrain from lighting Devo. Yes. But I know what you are trying to say. Yeah. And I can answer that. Yeah. Same thing about the flowers. Why we offer flowers to God and why we do Devo in front of God. That's what you are asking, isn't it? Aarti and everything, yes, I know. The reason or the answer given is very simple. Although there is some kind of hinsa, violence in lighting the Devo and doing Mangal Devo and all these things, but to put in a balance, what we get by committing a small hinsa is much more beneficial to us, much more, in terms of bhavana and doing a good karma. That is what it says. That of course you are doing that little hinsa, but your bhav will be clear, pure, other things, you will become a better person if you can become, all this. That's the reason. And the same reason for offering flowers. Of course, we should not offer too many flowers. Yeah. Every morning in our temple in Canton, we have to tell people, please do not bring these many flowers, Yeah, just one is okay. Yeah. Because some people think that, it's good karma if I take 100 flowers and put in front of God and all these things. Yeah. But it doesn't serve any purpose. Just one is okay. Right. Senses. Each has got two types. This is just, I will quickly mention it and then, what's the time?
Almost 20 months.
9:20. In a couple of minutes, we'll finish, yeah? Right. Two types of senses. Dravya and Indriya, that is a material Indriya, and Bhav Indriya, which is feelings related Indriya. Now, Dravya Indriya has got two types. Nivrutti, actual apparatus, and Upkaran, that means connecting things. And Bhav Indriya is two types. Labdhi, that is attainment, and final distinctions. I've got a picture of it, just to finish with it. Our eyes. What we got in our eyes is pupil, cornea, iris, lens, and of course retina on one side. So what happens? The lens and everything is got, of course it's a material indriya, right? But within material indriya, they are sort of apparatus or something, instrument. Then what happens? Those connecting things, yellow lines, like nerves. When you press the switch is like lens and all things, and the wires and the current flowing is a upakaran. That's called upakaran. And then when you see it, actually, see the lady here, you see that, there is a lady over there. that is labdhi, that is your attainment. But there is something more than that. Upyoga, that is your soul, inner soul decides. Lady, what type of lady, big, small, this, that, other things. Whatever is there related to lady, that is called upyoga. That is our upyoga. So, of course, I think I'll stop this thing here. I also did some pilgrimages while I was in India, Mount